Welcome back to SkyFactory 4, and today it's raining. I know, no surprise. And we're going to get into a bit of a few different things. We're going to get into some Tinker's Construct, armory, not the usual tools and weapons, I might add. And we're also going to get into basically what I've been doing over here. So I've just been taking out some overworldian matter whenever it comes up, and that basically adds some more XP. And as you'll see at the very top left of the screen, I'm already up to 230% health and 140% walk speed. If I run, you'll see I'm 182. So yeah, it's well worth playing with the upgrades. Now I have gone through just 3 or 4 nodes, well 5 actually. One, remove the need for oxygen. I didn't really need this. However, the next one down is enable floating when in water. If you don't take that, if you step even into here, it'll be actually really hard to get back out again. Right now, it's back to normal, and that's all good. Same thing with nanobots, you just get more health. And then you've got a choice. You can go towards attack stuff, or you can go towards defense stuff. And the thing is, they'll lock each other out. Now, one thing to note about this is, I think because I'm going to be making lots of special armors, then I think I want to go towards the attack stuff, mainly because you tend to get really, really good armor later on. And after a certain point, until you get to like sort of ridiculous weapons, it's not nice to have some attack power. So having that available will probably be the way I go. And we'll also get, okay, the particular weapon down, that's not so good. And Sonic Shockwave, again, I'm not too concerned about those, but I will take the attack boost by all means. There is night vision, and we have short range teleportation. I don't necessarily need that either. There is other stuff out here that I didn't notice last time. Wireless charger, so it charges anything except the things that I'm holding. Yeah, except held item. Is there anything else around? No. Step assist, I don't know whether I actually want step assist or not. It can be a little bit lethal on skyblocks. And item magnet I do, but I have to get step assist to get it. Ah, well, that's fine. And some other bits and pieces like high jump and fall damage. I do actually want those, but we'll wait for those anyway. So that is fine. All I need to do here, I don't have this hooked up to the main system or anything. I just swap them over with the 2 ultimate cubes whenever I want to just do a run through of polymer clay, and it'll just provide me with some XP items at the bottom that I can get passively without a mob farm and any such things happening. So today we're going to get started a little bit further with mechanism, and to get started with that, we're going to want to just grab this because we're going to be upgrading you to the next stage. So we want the next stage, which is a smelting factory. Then there is an advanced smelting factory, and we're going to need a couple of extra pieces for that. So I'm going to want some osmium, and pull that out of the system. Some osmium, and let's just dump it in this, and that will convert over into the basic control circuits. While that's happening, I guess we can just put this down and get it to work. And yep, we can dump 3 things in at once, which is very, very good. So it's like three smelteries, well, 3 furnaces in one. We will want to upgrade this as well, but for now, that should do the job, and it should start getting us some seared brick, which is exactly what we need for our smeltery. And I've left some space here. I think I'm probably going to put it on this side, and we'll be able to use this to give it a bit of a boost if we need to. I'll leave it alone for a little while, but to be honest, it should be something that we'll be able to get going and have going permanently. So let's get some stone for a second, so I can edge this in a little bit and make sure everything is nicely laid out consistently. There we go. And we don't need you at the moment, so let's get rid of you. And yeah, there we go. So nice pattern, and we're ready to go. So have you got a couple of those? Yep. Let's get 2 of you. That should be enough for us to get you to the next level. So are you going to let me go for is it smelting? Smelting, I think. Yes, advanced. So we can put that in there. And then the top tier is the elite smelting factory, which needs a few things that we don't have yet. I do have a few of those that got duplicated accidentally when I did the time loop. And people who didn't watch last episode are wondering what the heck I'm talking about when I say time loop. Trust me when I say you want it, so go back and watch the previous episode if you haven't already, because it's very, very good. There we go. That's why that stopped. And we just need 2 more of this, and we should be ready to go. There we go. We can upgrade to an elite smelting factory, which should give us, I think that's basically speed and power it actually consumes. And of course, items. So this can do 7 stacks at once, hence why I've got so many stacks of grout in my inventory. And this will take a, well, quite a lot of power. So how much are we going on for power? Yeah, you're not going to last very long. So because I don't really need lots of stuff up here right now, I'm just going to replace this basic energy cube with the elite, well, ultimate energy cube, and that should do the job for quite a while. And we can just put this in here. For example, you can just take this and duplicate it with the power box once it's full. So it should retain its power when you actually bring up the world again. So sort of a useful thing to have. And we have plenty of seared brick easily. So we can just do our usual stuff with seared brick and get a few bits and pieces. Can we craft everything we need? Smeltery controller, yes we can. So glass, I don't have any glass. So sand, it's a good thing we have a elite smeltery factory that will just, well, let me smelt up some sand into glass at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to set up the smeltery as I normally would. I'm not going to show that on camera. You've seen it far too much times before. And then I'm going to get, I think, some other bits and pieces. I'm going to get ready for the Tinker's Armory, which is going to need, instead of the tool forge, it's going to need an armor forge. Okay, so armor forge, very similar kind of stuff. Armor station, and we're going to need some of these. Well, I'm going to need more patterns, I think. So why don't I just make some patterns? Pattern, and why don't you get a stack of them? Sure, it'll be fine. In fact, we're also going to need to use one of those patterns to upgrade the book. We need the book. Materials, yeah, materials and you. We put that with a pattern, and we will get the armor version. So that will do the job. And then the rest of this we'll use up. So I need to craft those armor stations. So armor forge. Armor station, so that's 1. And armor forge. So it's going to need seared stone, but we can actually just, can we use this? Seared bricks. Can we use these as a alternate version? Yes, we can. Good. So just 4 blocks of iron. And we have an armor forge. So maybe we put them, I don't know if they'll extend, but I'll put them in a row. We'll see if it extends the tabs off either end. If it doesn't, it's fine too. So let's just put our armor forge down this end, and is that going to let me? Yeah, it has tabs. Although, yeah, it has 6 tabs. That's exactly however many we want. And we get a preview here of whatever we actually produce. So I'm going to need some other bits and pieces. So let me get those sorted and we'll come right back. And here we have one typical smeltery, 5x5 internal. It's currently filled with iron just to test it out, and I've got 3 stations either side, and each of these stations are automatic. So, well, I'm not, apart from this one, I just need a lever for that. Let's get me a lever. There we go. And yes, so thanks to Chosen Architect, I've mentioned it before, for getting these settings, 585 for ingots. I did go ahead and time out what it would take for blocks. So blocks 100, 115. Now 115 isn't right, but what will happen is while it's pouring 1 block, it will go through like 3 cycles. So it's actually 3 times this. It just means that it's absolutely fine to try and tick again because the casting basin's full. So yeah, if you want to use those settings, feel free. And we have a couple of things just pouring ingots constantly now, as we've now got 30 blocks. I actually put like 2.5 stacks of iron amber in there just to test it, and it's working perfectly well. Just dump them in this cabinet and away it goes, and it'll just dump everything out into here. I was testing blocks on that side, there's nothing in this side, and we're good to go. So our Tinker's Smeltery is set up as you would normally expect, and I'm out of slots again. The system is filling up. I need to actually get to a better system. You'll see it just fills up with all this stuff that I've not put in filing drawers. and I need to either put them in filing drawers or figure it out somehow because it's just filling my system. Anyway, I'll sort that out and then we'll carry on into Tinker's, not so much Tinker's tools, but Tinker's armor. Okay, so for Tinker's armor, we're going to want the same as the weapons, so we're going to need to make stuff over here. So I want a armor plates pattern, I'm going to want a trim pattern, and then I'm going to want the core patterns for each of the different things. So helmet, chest piece, leggings, and boots. And is that everything? Axle pattern? Okay. Chisel head, cord, and body. Yeah, that's not something I should need. So yeah, the armor's made up of the core, which is the actual, you know, slot, the helmet and chest piece. It's made up of some trim and it's made up of some plates. So we need to then craft those up into, in fact, I can probably put them in here, into actual stone versions and then cast them out as you would before. So if we just use, can we just use regular stone? Yes, we can. So I'm just going to cast each of these, well, not, I'm going to form each of these if you like, and we will get a pattern that we can use to then cast this out using our regular approach, which would be gold. And we got some gold cooking up here, so we can just put one in like the armor, trim, and make a cast like that. So we'll come back in a second once I've finished all the casts. And now you get to take a look through your book and decide what you're going to build armor out of. Now there's three different parts. There's the core, as I said, the plates and the trim. And depending on what material you put in which slot for each armor piece, depends what you get out of it. So in our case, manulin is one of the best ones for the core that I found. Defense of 20, durability of nearly 20. And you can go through and there's a couple of other things that you might want to go for. For example, magma slime has very, very close stuff like that, but it has autoforge. So if you jump into lava, the armor will fix itself. I'm not sure I want to actually do that. Not sure I actually want to actually do that. But if we have a look at some other things, yeah, night slime is dramatic, invigorating, so plates might be useful for that, and we get toughness, interesting. And then we have a few other things that we can go for, other different materials. Again, not something I'm worried about. I'm just going to go for manulin for the core. For the plates and the trim, it's sort of more up for debate what the actual things here. One of them should be cobalt, though, I think. If I get to cobalt, whoops, 1 second. Whoops, there it was, cobalt. So we have a lightweight effect if it's on plates or trim. That increases overall movement speed, which will be great, but we don't get any toughness out of it. So if we have trim, that will give us 14 durability, and then we can go for night slime if I have any, or if I can make some. Night slime was, so cobalt was the trim, and night slime would be this, the plates, so how much toughness an armor piece has. Okay, and modifier of 0.5. That modifies the durability, so maybe not. I suppose we could always swap it out later, so there's no downside. Do we have any steel in here? I think steel might be a decent one to go for. Steel plates, toughness 4.5. Modify 0.9, that should be fine. We can ignore the trim and makes your ammo more effective. So yeah, why don't we go for steel plates and cobalt trim. Let's just check the cobalt again. I've got this the right way around. Cobalt trim, yes, lightweight and durability. Okay, so cobalt trim it is. I've put some cobalt and ironite in here, so we've now got some manulin. So the manulin we can then cast into the cores. So let's just make the helmet, for example, and cast that out. Let's just grab you. We don't need the ingot for a second. And we're going to do the same thing with the boots here. And let's see how much that actually takes. We've still got a few ingots left. That should be good. So that's ready to finish. And let's put the others on this side. It's going to be useful to have them all. And leggings. I don't have a faucet there. I don't have a faucet. Where's my Sid? Make another one. Or another 2 faucets. There we go. All right, that looks like I've got all 4 pieces now. So if we have a look here, we've got the boots core, vengeful core. Yeah, there we go. 2. And then is that all of it? Yeah, I think that's all of it. Have we got enough? Ooh, not quite enough. We need a little bit more ardite. So let's just get some ardite. Not much, but we can just make a little bit extra. And we can use the rest to actually make a sword, because I can replace this diamond sword in case I want a melee weapon. Of course, we've got range weapons with the with the whole matter overdrive mod, but yeah, this will do. And we also got cobalt here, so we're going to be making cobalt trim. So why don't we just get some of that down and just pour that out while everything else is being done. That's actually pretty quick. So if we need 1 trim per armor piece, that'll be pretty good. So there that goes. 3, and that's going to be coming up soon. 4. There we go. Right, so we've got 4 of that. We should have 3rd armor piece there, and then once it's finished, we should get the 4th armor piece. So we're pretty much ready. Why do I have 5 faucets? Did I make 5 faucets? Maybe I just pulled them out of my inventory. Okay, so there we go. We've got some manulin. We can use that to cast the last piece. And then the rest we actually need steel for. So can we make steel in here, or we have to go back to here? Let me just check. Hopefully it's just, we just grab it from our system. So coal, and let's grab a stack of yew and iron. We could make more iron amber, I suppose, but I could just make iron and drop that into the system as well. Will you immediately cook up if I put you in? Yes, you will. So 6 buckets, and let's put all the iron in as well. And let's see if that cooks up into steel, and let's see what the ratio is when it's in the full smeltery. It should be the same, but we'll see. And the steel is alloying together just fine. So it's going to be another stack of coal, I suspect. So let's just actually make more coal. Coal. And let's get this all made up into steel. There we go. Yep, so we should be able to make a few stacks of this. Plenty of that available. And we'll dump the rest of this coal in. So 2 to 1. And that will make itself into steel, which is then able to just pour straight into here for our plates. So I've got 3 plates. And let's get the 4th one. And let's see if that actually will do the job. Unless we need multiple plates per armor piece. We'll see very shortly. And then here we are. So we can go and choose our helm. So we can shift click U in. And we get a manulin helmet. Okay, and it seems to just need 1 piece each, which is good. Then the chest piece. Then the leggings. And the boots. Okay, and this is what it'll actually look like. All right, that's fine. So let me just put them on. Let's replace our diamond stuff with this stuff. So that's good. And I'm at 170% speed right now. Is it the, let's just take this off. So 140, yeah, so 140 goes to 170. And no FOV change. Very nice. So yeah, if I run 221% speed. Good, I like it a lot. And of course, we can just make sure we recharge ourselves with our battery. Good. So we've got some Tinker's armor. It's got lots of stuff on it. I guess we can look for modifiers, and let's take a look in the book. Okay, so apparently redstone will actually let us get even more speed. And I like this at the moment. It could be a little bit fast. I don't want it to get too fast, especially in a SkyFactory, Sky Block world. But if we have a look at this, let's take a look at the leggings maybe. We should be able to modify them, hopefully. We have to take them off, I guess. So let's just put them in place. And then can we put these in anywhere? Just in the this mode will do. And now can we, we have 3 modifiers. Bonus speed is 5. And then we get a percentage value for bonus speed with the speedy modifier. And we do able to get more from that. So we can just get so an extra 5% on each piece. So why don't I just modify all of them to have the same thing? So 1 modifier, And let's try you. And you. Okay, so they now all have an extra 5%. And now I'm at 207%. Yeah, seems to be pretty good. And if we need to run, well, we're at 269%. We could add an extra modifier of that, but this seems to be fine for now. And there are other modifiers you can actually go for. So you can see here lots of different stuff. High stride will let you basically step up on multiple levels of that. This is the speedy one I just saw. Extra resistance, so reduce damage from attacks. Blast resistant from explosions, projectiles, fire, just the usual kind of enchantments that you get. Diamond and emerald like you'd expect. And reinforced, etc. So yeah, if we had more modifiers, this is the route you get towards having unbreakable armor. Once you get to, I think it's 8 reinforced pieces, eventually it doesn't actually use up any durability, and away you go. So mending moss to actually mend, obviously. Soulbound would be good, but we don't have nether stars yet, and the rest I'm not too terribly concerned about. Powerful might be interesting. That's an extra amount of attack damage. So yeah, but that can be applied to the chest plate. So some of these are specific to particular pieces. And attack speed. So maybe one of each of those might be useful. So Gauntlet of Power and Gauntlet of Dexterity. And then we got to boot stuff, basically. So I don't need telekinetic. Boots. Yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about the other stuff. So that's fine for now. We've got nice armor. It does need to be soulbound eventually, but we're fine for the moment. And we can put away our old ratty diamond armor and put it away. So let's just get this back and put our ingot casts back. Where's my other ingot cast? Oh, I'll put it over here because it's just been casting other stuff out. Fine, that's all okay. So now we have really nice armor that we can walk around with. Our level of XP has brought us up to having lots of different upgrades here. We've got movement, healing, total health, and we got the swimming stuff. So I'm going to carry on and head into this kind of area, but for now, that's fine. Go on then, I couldn't resist. We need to make a couple of gauntlet bases to actually upgrade the chest piece, and we'll go for that. So Gauntlet of Dexterity is just blocks of redstone, and we should already be able to make that easily enough. So we need 8 blocks of redstone for that. I think the other one, Gauntlet of Power, is blocks of quartz, which again, we should already have 8 of you. And then we'll just grab 1 there and 1 there. And we should be done. So I just need to get my chest piece back, and we'll take the rest of this off. And there we go. So we've got powerful, fine. And we've got dexterity. Oh, do we run out of modifiers? Or can we only have one of the two? Okay, if we can only have one of the two, that's a shame, but it's fine. We can swap it out with a different piece if we need to just recraft it. And for a sword, I'm just going with the typical, which is manual in sword blade, paper wide guard, and then just a wooden tool rod. We can swap out some pieces later. It's just a good broadsword to get started with. So we have attack 10.72 versus, what, 7 attack damage? Yes, so it's already better. And then we'll just combine that by getting some more quartz out of our system. We've got a little bit, but we should be able to make some quartz out of acorns, maybe? Is that how we make it in this pack? No, it gets made directly using everything else. So let's just convert it all over. Got quite a lot of it. There we go. So let's put most of it away. We're not going to need that much because we're not going to run out. We'll run out of modifiers first. So to just get started with that, where's my sword? And we'll put in a block of quartz. So sharp. So attack is up to 12.46. You can put other stuff on this as well. We won't worry about it for the moment. It's going down to 2 modifiers and 1 modifier. And let's make sure we have enough for this. So attack here is nearly 17. Yep, so the attack is 17. So that'll do for now. Sharpester. So sharp it hurts to look at it. So yeah, we can go and use that to great effect, hopefully. All right, so we got both our armor and our tools sorted. We've got up to using our elite smelting factories. I'm going to use this as well and upgrade some of these to actually use the same thing, just mainly because it allows you to do 7 things at once, basically. And it does use a lot of power, but the power upgrades we can actually start thinking about creating. And well, we have to give it a field test, don't we? We have to see how well it goes. And this speed is actually really quite nice by comparison to what we had previously. So maybe we should put step assist in, but let's see. Oh, this might be a little bit dark. There's a creeper. Ow. So yeah, we do have glitching when we get hit. There we go. So I think I want this to one-shot sort of trash mobs. So I think I need a little bit more damage here. Okay, yeah, I think I do actually want more damage. So I'm going to have to figure out a way of doing that. If you want to suggest how we might do it, feel free to put it in the comments below. We do, of course, have our bonus stuff that we can get from getting bonus XP. And I've got 28 levels. So why don't we try that? That's only going to give me extra 10%, but we may as well give it a go. Let's head back to the base for a second. Yep, so every 30 levels we can take a level of attack boost. So there it is, 1 level. And then we can go up again if we want more extra attack power. Does that actually show up in the tooltip though? Or is it, no it doesn't. So it must get multiplied on top of everything else. So yeah, I'm going to carry on doing that until we can get our sword to one-shot things. And of course we can add more modifiers but with other recipes, but that's going to take a little bit more crafting that I don't need to do right away. So yep, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm now basically casting out steel ingots because we're going to be using steel fairly soon anyway, so we may as well get that done. And of course our smeltery is able to do that a lot faster, and this speed is amazing. I may even look at putting a little bit more speed. I'm going to end up dying because of this. I so am. But since we have other modifiers, yeah, we have an extra modifier available on each of them. Yeah, we could put extra redstone on each of them. So 1, 2, I'm going to regret this, aren't I? 3, and ooh, I need a little bit more redstone. Redstone. Oh, that's not redstone, that's soup covered redstone. We don't want that. 4, speedier. Okay, 249%. No, it's still acceptable. It's still acceptable. And if I run, 324%. This is great. And no FOV change. Alright, I'll leave it there for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Feel free to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, feel free to copy and improve on these. Usual Tinkers thing is that people suggest lots and lots of different kind of improvements. We'll see what you think. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.